Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori. Every time I say
I know.
You do laugh.
It's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
So I had Thanksgiving at my house today. We had 16 for dinner, which is not that bad for us. It's not
No.
that bad.
I agree.
I took pictures of the food, so I will post them. I did not take pictures of dessert or appetizers. I don't know why, but whatever.
There you go.
There was plenty of everything.
Do you
Yeah.
always have too many appetizers?
We always have too much of everything.
Us too, but Joe specifically said to me today, we always have so many appetizers. I eat so much and then I'm not hungry for dinner.
One
And
of the
this kid
best
can
weddings
eat, and I'm
I
like,
ever
"Ugh."
went to was just on fire appetizers and desserts. And it was awesome. You didn't
That's
have
all I
to do
need.
some main big sit down meal. It was awesome.
Honestly, that's all I need.
Me too.
Because I love the appetizers we make. We have staple appetizers we always make. And, dessert.
What are your staple appetizers?
So they always, most of them come from my Nana. So I always make stuffed vinegar peppers because that was my Nana's recipe.
Okay.
We always have some kind of shrimp dish.
Okay.
My mother will make stuffed cubanelle peppers.
Okay.
What else do we have? Terry always brings shrimp. Like when I say we have a shrimp dish, like my father will make like garlic shrimp.
As an appetizer.
Yeah, he made tempura shrimp.
As
and
an
then-
appetizer.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Terry brings like a shrimp platter. And then always cheese and crackers.
Okay,
Nice.
yours,
Focaccia bread.
your appetizers are way more serious than mine.
They're serious. We take our appetizers very serious.
So we did onion dip because my niece and my goddaughter, one and the same, she loves onion dip. So I told her every time she comes here, I will have onion dip
Yeah.
for her. And we normally do it with potato chips, but I got pretzel thins on sale at Costco. And I
Perfect.
love pretzels and onion dip. So we did that and she was very happy. And then I did the cream cheese and the habanero
That's great.
relish, whatever. I don't even know what it is. Also from Costco with
Mm-hmm.
scoops. And then we did a charcuterie board with the cheese and the meat. And Matthew made little meat flowers. I should have taken a picture of that.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
And then we had crackers with that. And that was it for appetizers. I tried, and the vegetable platter.
Mhm.
And the vegetable platter. And that was it. And pretty much, they'll go before the night is over at my house. And,
Yeah.
it was easy. There was nothing hot. I don't like to do hot appetizers, especially when there's a lot of cooking going on in the kitchen.
Well, yeah. I mean, like the stuffed peppers, the stuffed vinegar peppers, I always bake them before.
Okay.
By the time we get to wherever we're going, they're almost room temperature, but they're just as good. You
Okay.
don't want them hot because they're going to burn your mouth.
Right.
And the focaccia bread, the same thing. Like you can really just
Right.
eat that at room temperature. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
But the tempura shrimp my father brought was
That sounds
delicious.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love tempura shrimp.
So what do you guys remember from when you were kids? From
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Well, the best thing I remember growing up in Brick was that the Brick versus Brick football game always happened on Thanksgiving. So it was Old Brick versus Brick Memorial, Dragons versus Mustangs. And we went every year and we hosted Thanksgiving. So my mother and my Nana would be cooking. My father would always bring us to the football game. And it was a big game. And yes, it was a town rivalry, but it was not like it is now where they can't even... They don't even have it on Thanksgiving anymore because of the injuries. Because if somebody makes the playoffs, they can't. This is what I've heard. But more so than that, the Brick versus Brick games have gotten very. There's a lot of animosity between the high schools for some
Little
reason
aggressive.
now. Very
Yeah.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Where when I was growing up,
Hence is the world today.
well, yeah, and when I was growing up, there was definitely a town rivalry, but these guys always also hung out with each other. Like they would play together on Thanksgiving and then go out to a party that night together.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was my best memory growing up of Thanksgiving was the Brick versus Brick. Thanksgiving
I remember
football
being
game.
small, like school age, maybe the beginning of middle school or something. And you always had to wear like the pilgrim outfit and make all the pilgrim crafts
At school? Oh, at school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
yeah,
school.
at school.
Not like when I was a
Cute.
teenager, but I was thinking of like
Elementary
that age.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
elementary
Yeah.
school. And then, like you would go out in the neighborhood and ride your bikes, You know,
Yes.
you and a pack of 10 kids. You know what I'm talking about when you're like 10, 12, that kind
Yeah,
of
because
age.
everybody was home.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
you could go out with your neighborhood friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was cool. You had all the cartoon specials that came on. And,
Yeah.
you know.
My thing for Thanksgiving was I always watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yes.
I love a good parade. And I always record it because I don't get to watch the whole thing.
No.
And I get pulled here and I get pulled there. So I saw a little bit of it this morning, but I will watch it later because I love that parade. I love all the musicals. I just love that parade. It's my favorite parade.
It's funny because Tess and I used to watch the parade every year when she was little. And then it kind of graduated. Now we watch Friends Thanksgiving episodes.
Oh, that's funny.
Friends has the best Thanksgiving episodes. So even today we were watching them and I was like, oh, the parade's on. Do you want to? She's like, no. We're watching Friends. I'm like, you're right. You're
Oh,
right.
that's good.
Friends and Gossip Girl had the best
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving episodes. Yeah.
My house is always the March of the Wooden Soldiers
On Thanksgiving?
on Thanksgiving.
Yes, and one of the stylists at the salon who I love, she put on Facebook today that she was watching it with her kids, and her kids are like middle school and elementary school ages, and they were like, "This is weird," and she's like,
Yeah,
"Whatever,
it was from
it's like the best thing."
1930.
She's
but
like,
it's
"Whatever,
awesome.
this is the best thing on Thanksgiving."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
I don't think I have either.
Oh well, gotta come to the house.
We'll
Yeah.
have to check it
The
out.
house
Yeah.
around the corner.
We'll
My
have to-
house.
we'll
and
have to
yours.
check it out.
Anytime on Thanksgiving, that'll be on. So we have some more Would You Rather.
Yes. So this list of Would You Rather came from our producer / my son, Matt. I was working on it and he goes, "These are lame. I'm going to come up with it." I was like, "Huh, all right, let's have it."
Mm-hmm.
We actually have to have you just tilt a
Oh, because you can't see
little. Yeah,
it?
because you can't see that.
Okay, but I can read them.
Okay, yeah, read it.
Yeah.
Okay. The first Would You
That's better.
The
That's
first
better
would
when you're sitting back.
Okay. The first Would You Rather. Would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts or everyone you know to have access to your internet history?
Internet history. Hands
Internet
down.
history. Me too.
Nobody needs to know what's going on up there.
Yep, I 100% agree.
Yep. And I ain't looking up any shady shit on the
Me
internet.
neither.
Yeah,
Me neither.
no, I'm good with that.
I'm an open
Yep.
book.
Okay. Well, that was. Oh, wait. I got an answer, a real answer from both of you?
Solid. And we're
Solid.
committing. I'm committing.
I can't believe this.
Yep.
All right. The next Would You Rather. Would you rather live in a camper van or a castle? I don't know how he came up with these. Who's going for camper van when you can
yeah.
live in a castle?
Well, I
bruh,
guess-
I'm going for camper.
I was
van.
just gonna say
Because
because
that
you
shit's
want to
warmer.
travel
I like to travel, and,
and you
that
can
shit
go
is warmer.
anywhere.
I don't know if
I'm
you-
going with the castle. I'm with you.
I don't know if you've ever been into a castle, like a real castle.
Yeah, I mean,
It's cold as hell.
Is it spooky?
It's cold. It's stone.
Listen, I will put on a sweater.
I want a
Does
castle.
staff
I
come
want a
with
castle.
the castle?
Yes, I need staff and a moat. That's all I want is a castle
I'm
with
telling you.
staff and a moat.
I've been to real castles. That shit is cold.
Maybe even a dragon, a fire-breathing dragon.
To keep my own fucking kids out.
Then we'll be warm too.
Yeah, so everybody can go.
But I could see your reasoning behind the camper because you or whatever
Camper van.
Yeah,
camper van.
camper.
I
You can
don't-
go wherever you want. I don't need to go.
And I
anywhere.
don't want to be cold.
I
I'm
don't,
not,
I don't
I'm not
need to go
being
anywhere.
cold like that. Like that's bone chilling cold when you're just living in a stone
I will
tomb.
wrap myself in a very heavy blanket.
Okay, me too. Or
All
we'll
right.
just light a fire.
Okay.
Yep.
okay.
Okay, next one. Would you rather be famous on TikTok or on YouTube?
Neither.
You have to pick one.
Well, I mean, if you want to be famous, you want to go with TikTok right now because I think TikTok's more
Universal.
People see you more.
Yeah, and it's quicker. Like, nobody has time for us. Like, people are not sitting there watching our 40-minute, 50-minute videos.
Right.
30 seconds?
Exactly.
Yep, that's
Maybe.
it.
Yeah.
I agree. TikTok for me, too. All right, next one. Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance along to every song you hear?
Dance.
Sing.
I think I want to sing, but I don't think everybody wants to hear me sing.
that's okay.
So, I do like to dance. I'll say dance.
Okay. You guys are dancing and I'm singing.
Yeah.
That'll be
Hey,
great.
listen, maybe we start a girl band. Maybe that's our next venture if this doesn't work out.
I'm thinking no. No.
So I want to share this. So one of my sons, who doesn't like when I name him, so I won't, he said to me today, he's got a bet going with me, which I knew nothing about. So he's buying Legos, and he thinks that this is how he's going to make money. He's buying these Lego sets that are hard to find, and they're worth money, but he has to hold on to them for a couple years. And his bet with me, which I knew nothing about, once again, is who's going to make more money first, the podcast or his Lego venture. I was like, wait, I got a couple of years? I think I can get you with this. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It best be, is all I got to say. That is all I have to say.
Listen, the
Is it
bottom line
best
is
be?
bet no bet. We're having a good time
That's
doing
it.
this, and that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Yeah, because
We
you know
were
what?
doing
we really
this
don't give
before.
a shit.
We were doing this before without microphones. We were laughing and cracking
Right.
each other up every weekend.
So why not?
So why not?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we
win either
we
way.
hear your
Yeah.
bet.
Ninny, ninny, ha ha. Go live
Are
on your
you
own.
having as much fun with your Legos as we are with our podcast?
Right.
might
there
be.
you go.
He might be.
He might be. He might be. My kids fucking love Legos, by the way. Every time Kai's over, that's what they do. They play Legos with them.
Speaking of that, before we do our next would you rather, is anyone going out tomorrow for Black Friday shopping?
Fuck no.
Wait, I didn't hear you.
Fuck no.
Oh, okay.
I don't do Black Friday shopping. I will be going to Costco because I got to get stuff for my son's Friendsgiving, but I don't do Black Friday shopping.
Okay, don't get potatoes. I got you covered.
No, I hear that.
So, my family is notorious, and when I say my family,
Oh, yes.
I
Bill.
mean, my mother. My mother was the OG, really.
I mean, we've gotten a TV from you when Bill got a good deal.
My mother is the OG of Black Friday shopping. My mother and my sister, like that's their thing, and she kind of passed it on, like to Bill. I wasn't ever really into it as much as they were, but Will and Andrew love to do the Black Friday shopping thing.
Are they going?
Yes, and I'm going. They said I'm going with them, but I'm not allowed to drive. So I said that's fine. If I'm not allowed to drive, then I'm drinking. Why not? If I'm not driving, why not drink and shop?
Wait, what time do you have to go tonight?
No, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Black Friday.
I know.
I was
why
thinking, but
would you
don't
be
people
drinking?
go like 5 a.m.? I'm like, why is he drinking
No,
at 5
I'm
a.m.?
starting to drink tomorrow,
Oh,
Wendy.
no, I think, listen, he was out till 3 a.m. We're probably not going anywhere till 10:30, 11:30.
And you were going to drink at 10:30
I may still drink at 10:30.
in the morning.
Why not? Do you know how much
know
fun
what?
I am?
If it's
Yes,
her-
obviously.
if it's
We're
her-
doing the
Do you guys
pod.
want to come?
if she wants to drink, she's a grown-ass woman, and she's got a lot going on
This
around
is the
here.
only thing I was thinking about doing tomorrow.
What?
And this is the God's honest truth. You know how I love Alicia D. Michelle.
Yes.
Her boutique is doing a Black Friday thing where I think the first 25 customers get a tote bag that says, "'Tis the fucking season."
It's the whole word is spelled out.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's
I'm going to
okay.
look it up. When we take a break, I'm going to
You
look
want
it
to carry this around?
up. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tis the fucking season.
Okay.
That was
You
the
know what?
only thing I was thinking about waking up early for. But it's in Medford. It's almost an hour away.
How about this? How about I give you a Christmas present? I'll buy you that fucking bag, and you could sleep tomorrow.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't know if you could buy it. I think
Eddie,
you have to
you-
show up.
No, I could buy you.
But I
one.
was gonna go get my mom some of the. You know, she loves that family over everything shit.
Oh,
My
yeah,
mother
she
loves Alicia D. Michelle does that whole line, family over everything. My mother eats that up.
Okay. Lori's got her covered.
Yeah.
So the reason he doesn't want me driving because he doesn't like the way I drive. He thinks he's a better
These
driver than me.
assholes.
Right?
By the way, you fucking taught him how to drive.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did.
I can't stand all of our kids. I'm
And
sorry.
then he said, well, what car are we
I
going to
love
bring?
them, but I can't
I
stand
know.
them.
He said, what car are we going to bring? I said, the minivan. Which one can hold the most stuff?
Right. Like,
mean,
if
is
you
that
want to
even
go
a
Black
question?
Friday shopping, then you shouldn't even be asking that question.
Right.
Yeah, what are you doing?
He's like, yeah, you're right. We can put big TVs in there. I said, yes, we can.
Right.
Not that we need one. We really don't,
Yeah,
but...
but he's probably thinking about buying it and selling it, right?
No, I think he's thinking about getting one for his room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got
Think
it.
about
Got it,
getting
got
one
it,
for
got
his
it, got
room.
it, yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so we'll get back to our would you rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It popped into my head and I didn't want to forget about it.
Roll with it.
Okay. Would you rather go skinny dip in the ocean or a lake? So I'm going to say I would rather neither, but I'm going to play along and I will say the ocean because I feel like salt water is not as bacteria full as a lake water. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, that's a great argument. I am deathly afraid of sharks, so I'm going lake.
Okay.
But that's a great argument with the bacteria.
Okay. You don't have to go that far.
You don't have to get too deep into it.
What are
You
you
ask
doing?
me a question, I'm going to give you
You're
an
going to
answer.
give you the answer. I think I'm going to be in the ocean, but mine's going to be like in the Caribbean.
Oh.
That would be
Yeah,
nice.
bro.
I don't know.
about we
That
get-
water's too clear and you'd be seeing too much. Let me get me.
Good point,
I need
good
some dark Atlantic Ocean.
You listen, it's going to be right off my own private villa, and there's no one
Okay.
for miles on either
Well,
side.
that
Okay,
I'll do.
so that's where I'm going.
Okay.
I don't know though, man. I feel like there's sharks swimming right up to those fucking things.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you ain't afraid of sharks?
I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I don't never not go in the ocean because I think I'm going to be eaten by a shark. I'm not afraid of sharks. I'm not afraid of sharks. I mean, listen, if I saw a shark, but what are your chances? You have a chance of winning the lottery.
I don't even want to put a percentage out there because I don't want to.
No, I'm not living my life in fear. If I'm going to go in the ocean, I'm going in the ocean.
So wait, so I'm going to mess you all up. So here's a question for you. What was a movie that really traumatized you as a child?
The first scene of Jaws.
Jaws, right? Jaws
No,
was
nothing.
bad.
Where the girl goes skinny
Jaws.
dipping and
Jaws
gets eaten
was-
by the shark.
Jaws did, yeah, Jaws was
Fuck
bad.
yeah!
I mean, that was the worst, cinematography I've ever seen. That
Not when you were little.
no.
Yeah. And I did not like the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz. When I was small, that
I
shit was
agree.
scary.
And the
There
flying
wasn't a lot of
monkeys.
scary things that you got to see as a kid.
And the flying monkeys.
Yeah, they're scary
And I'll
as
tell you
shit.
what else. I will never forget this. I was 9 years old and we were having a family party. And my cousins, Buddy and Kevin Flath, were over and they were watching Nightmare on Elm Street. I was 9 years old. And Freddy Krueger
never watched
fucked me
that.
up.
Never, I would never watch
For
that.
the next 4 years of my life, and I don't even know if Terry knows this, I would crawl into bed with Terry, my sister, because I was so scared. I would be laying in my bed. We all had our own bedrooms. We were blessed. And I would start freaking out in the middle of the night, and I would go, Terry had, a queen-size bed, and I would just go get in bed with her. She probably had no idea, but I was like, I ain't fucking sleeping with little fucking Freddy Krueger.
No,
That messed me up.
I don't particularly like scary movies.
I don't
like scary
I just
movies.
think that
I
they're.
never watch them.
I think they're dumb. I just think they're dumb.
I don't like the jump. Well, I don't like any of it. I don't like the jump scare. I don't like
any. I don't like any scary stuff. I don't
No,
like any
me
scary
neither.
stuff. No.
Yeah.
All right, what's our next question? Okay, this came from Matt. Would you rather do it with your socks on or off?
Off.
Off. And what do we mean by it?
Let me think.
I think we get it.
Okay, is this what people really want to know? Do people really want to know? Would we rather do it with their socks on or off?
Maybe
I don't
our
think.
husbands.
I don't think
but-
people want to know about anything that we have to fucking say, but we really don't care. How about that? How about that?
All
There's
right.
always that.
There is always that.
Okay, so that's our would you rathers. The next thing we're going to talk about is Gen X. A little bit of Gen X.
Oh wait, first we're gonna do our. Oh no, we're gonna do Gen X.
Yeah, we're going to do Gen X.
You do, Jenna. Yeah.
So Lori did a reel about Thanksgiving for Gen Xers. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Well, it's just kind of like what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Just how it was, how I remember being a kid, maybe like 1977-ish
Mm-hmm.
is where I was going with it. Just what it was like to have Thanksgiving,
Yeah, so I lived in Brick. I had 3 sets of grandparents because my mom's parents were divorced. So my mom's dad and his wife lived in Chatham. My mom's mom and her husband lived in Brick, and my dad's parents lived in Neptune City. So you would we saw my Nana all the time. She was in Brick. We saw my Nana all the time. But we only saw my other grandparents so many times a year. That I remember. Like, I was excited to see my grandparents. And my sisters and I don't even know why we did this. When my grandparents from Chatham were coming, we would go in the closet and we would dress up like old people. We would put hats and scarves and big heavy coats, and when they knocked on the door, we would answer the door like that. And I don't even know why we did that, but we thought it was the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Because you had to amuse yourself.
100%. We didn't have phones. We weren't looking at a screen.
Yeah.
There was
But
not a
I
video
did
game.
always
Wow.
look forward to my grandparents coming. And I know it's not Christmas yet, and I'll probably repeat myself. But my mama Lois, my father's mother, used to always she would take old coffee cans. She would put wrapping paper around the outside. She would fill it with candy and lollipops, and then they would put cash in the middle. That was our present. But I looked so forward to getting that damn coffee can of candy.
Not cute.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So we would always go to my grandmother's house, my mother's mother's house. And when we were really young, she lived up in Morristown. Because that's where my mother's from, in Morristown area. So we would go up there and we would spend it with my mother has 2 sisters, and the 2 sisters would be there with their families. And because she was about an hour, 20 minutes away, like we didn't see them all the time because that's a far ride.
Yeah, like Chatham. It's right up there.
Absolutely. So I looked forward to that. I looked forward to going up there and seeing my grandmother, and she was always in the kitchen cooking. But my grandmother's Italian. I have an Italian grandmother. My mother's 100% Italian. Both of her parents are Italian. So for Thanksgiving and actually every holiday, there was always meatballs and sausage involved.
Yes.
And I don't know why she did this or if it's just an Italian thing, but she would always start the meal out. And she did not do appetizers. There was no appetizers. She would always start the meal out with the meatballs, the sausage, and the pasta. Or lasagna, whichever, but meatballs, that would be the first course.
Kind of macaroni.
That would be the first course.
Mm-hmm.
The next course would be the turkey and the mashed potatoes and all the turkey fixings. And then the last course would be salad.
Mm-hmm.
Salad always came out last,
Mm-hmm.
which I always...
Well, that's how they do it in Italy.
Is that... Okay, so
Yeah.
so it is an Italian thing. So I didn't know that. So I always, when I like salad, but I always would not use salad dressing because I would use the same plate that I had my pasta in, and I would put the sauce as my dressing on the salad. And when I started working at Monarch many years ago, I used to do that. When we, order lunch out, I'd get like a side of sauce for my salad, and everyone there thought that was the weirdest thing ever. Like, why are you putting sauce on your salad? I'm like, because that's what we did.
Yeah.
Like you've done that too. Like
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I would put salad on a plate where I had leftovers.
Right.
Yep. And just eat it like that. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I'd always put a little more sauce because listen, I like the sauce with the salad.
Yep.
Interesting. So they do that in Italy.
Salad
Why do they do
is
that?
the last course before dessert.
Because
Why?
it's a digestive.
Yes, I think that's what it is.
Is it?
I think that's what it is.
Because here in America, we always do salad first, right?
Yep.
No, they do it last because it's
And
for
we
your
didn't
digestion.
necessarily do that growing up, but my mother always knew that.
My grandmother always did
Yeah.
that. She's the only one
We
that
didn't
did
really have salad. Like, we would have salad at, like, regular dinner, like, Monday through Friday. But for holidays, we didn't really have a salad. Well, yeah, I guess we would. But we would put it out with the appetizers. It wouldn't be the last course.
Okay, so yeah, she always did the salad last. And I always thought, that's interesting. So, but nobody else ever did that. Like, when my grandmother passed and then we, go to my mother's house, she never did it that way.
Yeah.
And we don't do it that way either because we kind of do everything. We do appetizers and everything else in my house is like a buffet.
Yeah.
Just put everything on the counter.
Yes, that's what we do.
And then you get what you want and then you go sit down because there's so many people. It's, you're a living, dining room. There's so many people. It's hard to, sit at a formal table and,
Absolutely.
and do it that way.
I had a thought too about the Gen X thing,
Okay.
and it just left my head.
Okay.
So
Totally
it's
left my
interesting. Think about that. But I just said
We'll
to
come
Eric
back.
today, like, I really try to keep traditions going. Like, really.
Mm-hmm.
I always make my Nana's Easter pies at Easter. And I include my kids.
And
They-
making them.
Always. They always help me make my Nana's Easter pies. Eric's Aunt Julia makes these cookies.
Julia's Gems,
And I include my kids. We always do that. But I just said to Eric, I'm like, are people getting tired of my stuffed vinegar peppers? But that's my favorite appetizer from
Yeah,
growing
July.
up.
Yeah,
My
July.
Nana stuffed
Yeah.
vinegar peppers. So
Yeah.
that's why
So
I
who
always
cares if
make
people
them.
get it? If you like them,
Yeah.
Exactly.
who cares?
Exactly.
I remember. It's why like Gen X people did very well during COVID. Like how we didn't go absolutely nuts
Right.
because
We could sit and read
we
a
had
book.
TV.
Yep.
We had a radio. We had books.
we're
We
happy
had
being
board
home.
games.
We're happy being home.
We can figure it out.
Not only that, we know how to communicate with people.
Absolutely, and we know
So
our
we've said
know
it
our own
before.
head.
We
Like,
were all always friends.
Right.
But through COVID, we got much, much closer.
right.
right. But I'm just saying, like, we're equipped because of
Yes.
how we grow up.
Yes.
I mean, look, we were fine before with like 13 channels. So what? We
Exactly.
had to stay home. Oh, and now we have like 85. Gen Xers are like, well, damn, I can watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
You know, I can
Yeah.
read a lot of books.
Yeah.
We can play a lot of board games. We can go do shit outside.
Yeah.
I like doing shit outside. I grew up doing shit outside. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's just interesting when you think of it from that perspective, like how equipped,
Yeah.
because of how we grew up. Wasn't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was difficult for everyone, but
Yeah, but listen, we had power. Remember Sandy?
oh yeah.
I went out of my fucking mind we stayed home for about 3 days, and then we were like, we're out. We went to Melinda's, then we went to Patty's, then we went to my father's. We were out of power for
13 days.
13
Yes.
days.
13 days because
Yep.
I was here.
Yeah.
I
I mean, we did have-
You guys had generators.
We had a
didn't have
generator,
a generator.
but it still wasn't. And I was still working because I was doing 911.
Oh, you were working.
I was still working, so I didn't, didn't skip a beat there, which, whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, no, my kids to this day, they don't like to go to anyone's house for any holiday. They always want to be home because they're bored.
Mhm.
They're bored.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Joe slept 85% of the day today.
Yeah, there you go.
at your
I
mother.
shouldn't say he slept. I shouldn't say that, actually. He, you know what? I take that back. He sat on the couch. He interacted because they were all watching football. He was with my father, Mike Sarno, my stepfather. I don't know if I can call him my stepfather because yeah, right?
They're married.
Okay, yes. Can
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why do you always refer to people with their first and last name?
I
Why
don't
are you so
know.
formal that way?
Well, I'll tell you why I do it with the Mikes, because
There's
think
a lot
about
of
it.
Mikes.
There's
My
Mikes.
sister's ex-husband is Mike Palladino. My
She's
sister's
giving us all the
boyfriend
last
is
names.
Mike Dever, and my mother's husband is Mike Sarno. There's
You
a
gotta
lot of
keep-
Mikes.
There's a lot of Mikes.
But
going
that's like Joe in Eric's family. There's Joe Witter, my father-in-law, Joe Witter, my son, Joey Serpentelli, my nephew, Joey Roselli, my other nephew. Now little baby Joey Serpentelli, who's my nephew Joey Serpentelli's little baby. Like there's a
Oh.
lot of Joes.
That's a lot of Joes.
And that's Mike in my family.
on. What have they done?
My family's
They can
Frank.
It's like
those
Goodfella. It's like about this is my nephew Petey. This is his wife Marie. This is my other nephew Petey and his wife Maria.
Right.
Yeah.
And
this is Paulie. It's like Peter and Paulie. It's
That's so funny. My
funny.
family's Franks. We have a lot of Franks.
Yes, you have a lot of Franks.
But, now it's Big Frank, Little Frank, which
Yeah.
really makes no sense. But it is what it is. But my father was Frank Leo Murphy Jr. His father was Frank Leo Murphy. My brother is Frank Leo Murphy III. My nephew is Frank Leo Murphy IV. So
There you go.
the next one's
So-
going to be the 5th.
so we always we call, and it's on his birth certificate. We call Joe Joseph Andrew Witter III. However, it skipped a generation with Eric. So Eric's grandfather was Joseph Andrew Witter. His father was Joseph Andrew Witter. My son is Joseph Andrew Witter. But Eric is not. So it skipped a generation. Can he still be a third?
Absolutely.
That's what I thought, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
it's on his birth certificate.
Yes, it can. Yes.
There
Okay,
you go.
okay.
And if he has a son and he names him Joseph Andrew Witter, he will be the 4th.
There you go.
But if his son has a son and Joe didn't name his son, then that one will be the 4th. Yes, it can skip.
Okay.
You just got to keep the name. It has to be the same name.
I told you when I was pregnant with Joe and Tess and I were in Pathmark. And Tess was 3.
Yep.
And the cashier said, "Oh, what are you having?" I said, "A boy." And she said, "Whatever you do, don't name him Joe." And Tess and I looked at each other. I'm like, "His name's going to be Joe." She's like, "Good luck." Did that bitch have a premonition or what?
Yeah, the premonition, man. So speaking of which, we have a thing on the screen that says successful mothers are not the ones that have never struggled. They are the ones that have never give up despite the struggles.
That's
Amen
right.
to that.
Yep.
So very apropos.
Very apropos.
Very apropos. So to
We do
all
not
the
give
mothers out there, our hats are off to you. My mother always used to tell me, every day that you don't kill them, you've done well.
And listen, don't judge other mothers. Because
Absolutely.
their children's behavior might be something that you don't think you're going to ever put up with, or, you know, you would do this or you would do that. You don't know.
Right.
You don't know.
That's it. You don't know.
No,
you
So
don't
you stop
know.
judging.
Right. And especially to the people out there who have won the lottery
That's damn straight.
and have very well adjusted,
Damn straight.
you know, independent, successful children.
Count your blessings.
Fucking good for you.
Thank God every day for that.
Right.
Yeah, because it's not easy.
Because
ain't
when
fucking easy.
it ain't,
It ain't.
It ain't. So we're gonna end this episode. I think I mentioned last time we're gonna do 2 episodes now. We're just gonna split them in 2 for the people who don't want to listen to housewife stuff. The first one we're not gonna talk about housewives, and the second one we are. So we're gonna end this episode with a quote, and this is a quote that also Matthew came up with. He didn't come up with it, but he found it. It's by Maya Angelou. And it is, the problem I have with haters is that they see my glory, but they don't see my story. Which goes back to kind of what we were saying about judging.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know.
Right.
You don't know the story. So don't judge.
Right.
And, you know, you can see the glory, but you don't know the story. And you don't know how glorious the glory is if you don't know where it came from.
Right.
So just remember that. And thank you for watching and listening to us at We Wine Whenever. Please like us. Please give us a 5-star review. Tell your friends. Share it. We're on YouTube. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We're doing these crazy reels. I mean, even if you're just laughing at them, just give us a little like. We like likes. Until next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
sayonara.
You gotta hit stop.
Oh.
Hit the camera first.
I'll hit that. And then
You, what